Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Venuteja. Welcome to the channel from Triple E to Tech. I am currently pursuing BTech in Electrical and Electronical Engineering, and I am also a GATE qualified 2005. During my learning journey, I had trained in full stack development from Nextware and worked with technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc., Node.js, React. Through this channel, I want to teach Python classes from absolutely basics for beginners and especially for triple E students who wish to enter software, data analyst, AML or cybersecurity domains. My focus will be on understanding logic, problem solving and writing clean code step by step so that you can prepare for placements, build projects and even support you get electrical preparation, okay, with programming skills. Let's begin today's Python class. Today's Python class is about for loop. In previous section we had discussed what are the loops. Here, loops allows us to execute a block of code several times. It means nothing but one loop it execute a block of code for a several times until the limit is extended. Okay. Sorry. Here and also we have discussed in Python there are two primary loops, primary ways for looping. One is while loop and another one is for loop. In previous section we have discussed what is while loop. In this section we will discuss about for loop. In previous section we have discussed that while loop While loop, a while loop is nothing but if the condition is true, then a block of code will be executed for the several times. To execute a block of code several times as long as the condition is true. Until the condition is true, the block of code will be executed. Here, after that, for every iteration, updation will be taken place. Well, okay. The termination condition will be updated by the updation condition, okay, then the block of code will be executed automatically. And also we have discussed some programs that here is one of the program. A is an int of input whereas integer converted into integer data type, okay. Initially we should install a zero counter value. You can take any variable name count or counter, okay. Then we should write while program file condition counter less than 3 means until the counter less than 3 the code will be executed, block of code will be executed. Here a is equals to a plus 1. After print of a will be printed whatever the a value given in the input, okay, it will be counted with the plus 1, okay. Then again print of a will be printed. Here a will be the output. Here counter is updated whereas counter initially 0 until the counter becomes 2 the condition will be rotating in the while loops, means nothing but the counter value here is 0. Wait once. The counter value initially 0. After entering the loop the counter will become 1. It again enters the loop. Here initially the for example the input value is 1. Here 1 plus 1 is initially the counter value is 0. The counter value 0, 1 plus 1 is 2, a value become 2. Then the counter value is updated with 1 plus 1 means plus 1 means 0 plus 1. The counter value become 1. Then the counter value enter into the 1. Again, this condition is printed and the counter become value 1 plus 2. 1 plus 1 means 2. Then the counter value executed until this condition. Again, the counter value become 3. Here the 3 condition is not less than or equal, not less than 3. If less than or equal to the condition, then the code will be executed. So up to 2 only the counter value becomes, then it becomes false. So while loop will be not executed and the print end will be printed. Why? Because it is outside the while loop. This is a format to print the Python. Can you guess what is the mistake in this Python program? Please comment in the comment section what is the mistake. These are the possible solutions. Okay. Here the counter value is 0 until the length of a is equals to, then the counter value become this. Okay. See this. While counter value is less than length of a, if the length of a is 5, it will print only up to 4. But we need length of a. Okay. So that here in this condition, here length of a is minus 1. The counter value becomes plus 1 after the adding, so that it will be printed up to the end minus 1. Now, for example, up to the 4. Okay. 4 means initially the counter value becomes 0. After that 1, 2, 3, 4 means 5 digits, 5 numbers. Okay. If the input is 5, then the counter value also becomes until that. These are the possible solutions. Okay. For this, you can write these are the solution, different types of solutions. Okay. Next. Then identify this same thing. You can comment in the comment section what is the mistake in this. Okay. Today agenda of today's class is for loop. In this section, we will discuss what is the for loop and sequence syntax for the for loop and ranges, sequence of numbers, and code walkthrough. Means nothing but what are the possible mistakes we will do in this code in this for loop conditions. Let's see this. Here there are sequence of characters. Sequence of characters is it is a string which is represented in between double quotes. A string is a sequence of characters. Sequence of character means P is one character, Y is one character, T is one character, like that. Here individual character like this. See this. In one box P, in another box Y, like this. In each box there is a one character. Character is nothing but one alphabet. Okay. A sequence, a string is a sequence of characters. Sequence of character means combination of many characters is called string. Okay. Next, sequence of characters. Here Python, a block of code should be executed for each character of the string. Okay. A block of code should be executed for each character of the string. Each character, it requires a block of code. Okay. For a P, to print the P, we required a one block of code. For Y, we required one block of code, like that. Here is a simple formula, whereas to print the Python each character. Here in the while loop condition, we had taken the counter value as 0 initially. Here length of a is nothing but it prints the Python Python length. It counts each character in the string. How many characters are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. There are six characters. Then the length will become 6. Index is nothing. Index means it counts the p index, whereas p index is 0, y index is 1, like that. So then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are five index values. Okay. Initialization, we should initial the counter value. Why? Because to count the values. Okay. To count the values to run the while loop. Okay. Initialization means initially we should initial a value for the counter is 0. Then the while loop counts takes the value 0 initially. If the 0 is less than the string of length of the string, means length of the string is 6. If 0 is less than 6, so print of a of counter means a of counter value means here square bracket here or call square bracket the counter value becomes 0. Then first initially it prints p, then the counter is updated. The counter is equals to 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 means 1. Here the counter will be 1. 1 is less than 6. Up to until it goes 5 counter value, it prints the value. A of 5 is it counts the index value n. Then the output is printed. In the similar way, writing our program in for loop. First statement, it iterates over each item of a sequence. Okay. First statement iterates each statement of each item in the sequence. Okay. Sequence of characters is nothing but a string we have seen in the previous slide. There is sequence of numbers. Okay. In the similar way, whereas sequence of numbers. These are the sequence of numbers. This is the format of writing the for loop condition for each item in a sequence. You can write anything. Okay. Not only each item, you can take any character or variable. Okay. Don't take numbers in the sequence. Let's see examples. Here, for each item in a sequence, here the repeated block means if the for loop execute until it becomes the condition true, until the condition true, it executes the code. Here, some example is this is one example. Here, a word is a variable that is declared a Python value for each character in a word means it counts the length, it iterate each character from the string, whereas each character means it counts the index value means python python. Let's see the output. Initialization, termination and conditions and updations are not required for here. Okay, you can write directly this code. We no need initialization means we no need to install a counter value is equals to 0, whereas we no need to update any counter values. Okay, directly we can write this. See this. Here the given value is python to the variable word. Here each character is p. Initially it goes from p each character, then the output will be p. Again, it goes to the second character, then the output will be Y. Again, it goes to the third character, then the output will be T. Each character, it counts the index values like this. It prints all index values. Okay. Again, it goes print to the H value, again, and again it goes to print in the format of row. The output Python is printed. Okay. Do you understand? If any doubt, please comment in the comment section. I will reply for every comment. Next, this is the for loop over cat. Next, here for loop iterative over numbers. Okay, iterating over a numbers. How to generate a sequence of numbers means nothing but we need a sequence of numbers means 0 to 10, okay, like that. If you want to print a 0 to 10 numbers, let's see how to print from each number in a sequence of numbers. In a sequence of numbers means how many numbers do you want, do you require. It repeats the block of code, okay, until the limit reaches. Let's see, this is the range. Range means on range up to how many numbers do you want, okay. Let's see, range of n. N means here a range of n means up to the last digit, okay. It generates a sequence of integers starting from 0. If your n value is 5, then it generates up to the digits 4, okay. The last digit will be not printed and not taken away, okay. It stops before n only, not includes n. N is not included. Here generates a sequence of integers starting from 0. Means if you example 5 is n value, then it prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. It takes 5 digits, okay, including 0. Here, example this. It gives sequence of characters, whereas range of 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It gives the sequence of integers. This is one example. Let us see one example. If we require 3, here range of 3 is nothing but, here n is the, well, it takes from, it counts 0, 1, 2, okay. So why? Because 3 is not included as seen we before, the before. See, here stop before n. N is not included, okay. Here from number in range of 3, you can now, you can take any character or variable here, okay. Number or n or p, whatever you need, you can take in the place of number. Here see one example. You should print a right angle triangle pattern of stars, okay. Write a program to print right angle triangle pattern where integer n is given as an input, okay. You can try by your own and comment in the comment section the program, okay. Next, by pause, you can pause this video and you can try this problem. Let us see the solution. And if the input is 3, it prints 3 triangles, okay. If the input is 5, it prints 5 triangles. See 5 stars in the rows on columns. In first row it should print 1 star, second row 2 stars, third row 3 stars, like that, okay. This is the process, okay. First of all, we should initially take the input from the input user, okay. We should convert it into a integer format, okay. Here for loop is used to print the triangle, right angle triangle, whereas for counter in the range of n, whereas n value is 4, means the counter value is 0, 1, 2, 3, okay. 0, first of all it counts. Here we see that star is multiplied with 0, 0 plus 1. Why? Because we need to print one star before that from the first line. If you take the 0 value initially, here some graph will be arrived. So that we should take 0 plus 1. Counter value should be updated with the plus 1. Here directly it multiplies the how many stars. Means counter plus 1 means 0 plus 1. It prints 1 star. Again the counter will be updated with 1. Then the 1 plus 1 is 2. There are 2 into multiplied with this means it prints 2 stars. Here is a gap between a single star, and here also a gap will be provided, proceeded, okay. After that it Counter value will be updated until the range limit will be exceed. Then the counter value until the 3, then the counter value become 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. It prints 4 stars for the last. Then the n value is 4. 4 will be not executed. Why? Because we have seen before that 4 will be not included in the for loop. Okay. Instead of starting from a 0, can we specify starting index of the range function? Can you guess? Yes, you can specify a starting range of the index. Means nothing but if you want to start with 0, if you want start with 1 or another number, you don't need to start with a 0 index. Then this is the format to specify the range of the index. Okay.